Hello, I'm Bradley and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about a passion of mine, which is all things hair care, with a particular interest at looking after and boosting that hair growth cycle. So fingers crossed, hopefully you can keep on enjoying healthier, thicker and reducing that hair loss, which we all so dread, whether you're a man or a woman. But let me just put that out there. If you've got fine hair, thinning hair and you're really concerned, the first thing I would always suggest is seeking the guidance of a medical professional, because there are so many reasons why your hair could be thinning. Don't just put it down to pattern-related thinning. Unfortunately, pattern-related thinning is very, very common amongst men and women, but however, never ever just jump straight to that conclusion thinking that that's your problem, because I always say that hair is the inner expression of good health. So before you jump to that conclusion, please, please, please seek the guidance and just the assurance of what you're dealing with from your medical professional. And it's always great to speak to, whether it's a family doctor or a pharmacist, just to see what's going on, because as I say, so many things can impact your hair. Okay, so as I say, I've got a passion around helping the hair growth cycle be more healthier, to energize hair growth, to really help gain confidence over battling against thinning hair. And there are so many things we can do. We all know that it is the bane of anybody's life if anybody is going through it. I absolutely hate that saying when people say it's only hair. It's not only hair, because it gives you your confidence, it makes you who you are. And if your hair's feeling great, 9 times out of 10 it's much like your skin as well. If your skin's feeling great, your hair's feeling great, you're going to be feeling great, you're going to be the most confident you, and you're going to be the best version of yourself going forward. So that's why I've got a huge passion around hair and skin for both men and women. So today we're going to be looking at a product which you may be a bit surprised on. I know it's had a lot of talk about online as well, in quite a few years actually. It's been around for a while. This is the Ketoconazole shampoo. It's a medicated antifungal shampoo. So it's not an everyday, it is a treatment. So even though I say shampoo, do not look at this as it's an everyday product, because it is not. Ketoconazole do have a daily shampoo here in the UK. I'm not 100% sure where that if that's the same across the globe, but however here, this one here, which is the 2% of the ketoconazole, which is the active ingredient in here. So it's an antifungal medication. In this product, it's a treatment. So you would use this, I would say, probably twice a week, okay? Maybe once a week. And again, if you have been recommended because of your scalp condition or any issues with your scalp, then please take the guidance of whoever has recommended this product for you. We're going to go into what it says on the packaging and everything throughout this clip, but this is we're going to be talking about this as a preventative product for the potential of helping your scalp be more healthier, to hopefully help potentially have better hair growth, and just another tool in the armory and that fight against hair loss. So I've done some research, and I've been researching this for a little while, and I've just started adding, I say just started, I've been doing it for about 6 weeks now, and I'm trying to put a playlist on my YouTube channel together of products which I use for the maintenance of my hair, keeping my hairline, my hair, as thick and full as possible. I suffer with hair loss myself at times in relation to hair stress. So for some reason for me, I get like a triangular area here, which is very, very susceptible to stress. My hair can just literally shed, and I'll be thinking that it's just fine. I'll be going along nicely every couple of months, and then I'll be using these products. Prevention is by far better than cure. And all of a sudden I'll go through something stressful. I've had quite a few operations in recent years. I lost my nan, who was my absolute world, back in 21, and always around these periods, a couple of months later, I mean, when I lost my nan, obviously hair just did not come into it. I was not interested at all. My world was turned upside down. I still have very difficult times now coming to terms with that. My nan is always with me, but anybody who knows, who loves somebody so much, it's really difficult to deal with a loss. So a couple of months later, and after operations and being on medications and one thing or another, my hair really, really suffered. I'm at that age now, we're 31, where most men are concerned with their hairline, their hair density. So I'm always looking for something which is going to really boost my hair growth cycle and really look after my hair. As I say, I'm really an avid believer that prevention is by far better than cure. So I add this within my routine. I use this once to twice a week. It is not a daily formulation. It is a strong product, and please look at this as a treatment. So forgive me on my pronunciations on this as well. So we've got Ketoconazole shampoo. It's an anti-dandruff treatment, a 2% ketoconazole. Bear with me. Ketoconazole, okay, clinically proven treatment, treats the cause of dandruff, treats the three main symptoms, itchy, flaky, inflamed. Now, I'm not using it from that aspect at all, but I am using it because of the active ingredient, so the ketoconazole in here, which is said, and there's not a lot of confirmation out there about what ketoconazole does for hair loss, but it's thought that it has a positive impact on that cycle from 5-alpha reductase, okay, which is the enzyme which converts testosterone into DHT, which is that long word, I believe it's ditestosterone, and that nasty buddy is the one which is typical, unfortunately, the factor of which is pattern-related thinning for men and for women. So that is the product which miniaturizes the hair follicle over time, causing hair thinning, binds to the hair follicle, and over time, thinner and thinner hair is produced to the point where no more hair is produced. So pattern-related thinning for men in the temples and in the crown. For a lady, it's through the parting and over the top of the head, or it could be an overall reduction of hair thickness and volume. Both for men and women, can vary considerably and can be exacerbated by stress and can be exacerbated by poor health. Lots of things going on can affect your hair. That's why I say if you are starting to approach going through anything for hair loss, please seek the advice of a medical professional. But for me, I've been using this, as I say, probably coming up to around about 6 weeks now. I've been adding this in, and I feel that I'm starting to have some really good results. I feel as though my hair and my scalp are healthier, even though I didn't have a scalp issue. I feel that my scalp feels much more clarified, and I say this, okay, this word with caution, because I'm somebody who uses a lot of hair products. I use a lot of treatment products to look after my scalp, look after my hair, but I also use a lot of sort of free sprays, hair sprays, thickening sort of root sprays, and one thing another when I'm styling my hair. So I want something to be looking after my scalp. This is really, really great. I leave this in for a couple of minutes, max around 5 minutes. It looks after my scalp. I can really feel it getting to work. It doesn't sting, it doesn't irritate. However, just be careful with this, because if you attempt to use this every single day, bearing in mind it is a treatment, you do not need to. Ketoconazole, there we go, thanks for saying that right, can actually cause a bit of an irritation and sometimes can even slightly burn the scalp as well. So please just, if you've got a sensitive scalp and you're going to try and use this, just be really, really careful with that. I stand corrected if any of that is incorrect, but for me, I've actually tried using this 3 days on a row when I first got this, thinking I was doing a great thing, and it really did irritate my scalp, so just be careful. When I use it once or twice a week, I don't have any problems at all, and in fact, sometimes I find that it can really make my hair quite dry, but other times it doesn't have any effect on my hair. But I do understand in the reviews, some people found, particularly with longer length hair, that this can almost really dry and matte the hair. So just be really, really careful with this. Potentially you could go in, of course, with your favourite conditioner of the lengths and ends of your hair, but of course leaving this in, or even just try to keep this in the roots of your hair. I know sometimes that's what I try to do if I'm finding that perhaps I want to look after my hair a little bit more. Perhaps my hair may be going for a bit of a dry stage. We all go through it, men and women, of course. I try to just, when I wash my hair, I try to just keep this on the roots. But other times I do just pull it all through because it just feels healthy. It feels ultra clean, clarified. It just feels really, really nice. And of course, if there's any potential, of course, and sadly, it's not understood very clearly how it helps against hair loss. But it's all about that mechanism we talked about, the conversion to DHT from testosterone from that 5-alpha reductase. Of course, it's that nasty DHT, which causes the thinning, the pattern-related issues for both men and women. So if this is something out there which can have a positive effect, and it's just once or twice a week, then great. In terms of cost-wise, I buy mine from Amazon, okay. Now, I've only actually bought 2. That's how much. This is my second one. 60 mils. You don't need to use a lot of it. It's pink in colour. It's not really got a smell or anything at all. It's almost very clerical. It's very clean. It's a nice product. I wouldn't say it's my favourite product to use, but again, it's another tool against that battle against hair loss as well. So I really like the fact that it's got that active ingredient in here, the 2% ketoconazole in here. Nazoral shampoo has been around, goodness me, a very long time, I understand. They do have a daily shampoo, but that ketoconazole is not in there. So the treatment shampoo is the one you need if you're going to do the preventative measure tool, as what I'm doing in my hair care routine. So once, twice a week, as I say, I'm slowly putting a playlist together on my channel of products which I use. We review a lot on my channel, but what I use in my go-to army of products right now, not what I used several years ago, right now, because we all know products which sometimes we loved and we used get discontinued, they stop because they don't sell high quantity of numbers, but products which I use right now for my prevention of hair loss and for keeping my hair thick and full. So I'm doing a playlist of that. So far we have got the Alpazin Energizer Tonic in there, we've got the Sol Palmetto supplement which I am taking, which is going really, really well, and this is the next product to add to that list. So far there is 3 we will be adding to it, because I do use a go-to army of products which I chop and change, but they're my kind of hero products which I stick to for my hair journey. So this really, really great. Let's talk to you about it a little bit more from the packaging. Okay, so Nazoral Anti-Dandruff Treatment 2% Shampoo, Ketoconazole, clinically proven to treat dandruff. Nazoral helps relieve itching, remove flakes, and soothe inflammation, leaving your scalp free from dandruff. This is a treatment for your scalp, so make sure not to confuse it with an everyday shampoo, for use in adults and adolescents over 12 years of age. Okay, how to use. So wet your hair, then you apply a small amount to the scalp, work into a lather. For best results, leave to 3 to 5 minutes. Please don't leave it in any longer. You do not need to, because it is a strong product. Okay, and then 4, rinse thoroughly. And really make sure you rinse it thoroughly as well, because a couple of times I've left a little bit in as well. And I do find that it can just be quite drying. And sometimes occasionally in my hair, which is probably about here when it's straightened, it can be quite dry, but I do find if I just use it, sometimes I use it once a week, sometimes I use it twice a week, just to keep it in that cycle of my hair. It's great. It doesn't cause any problems at all or anything like that. If you were using it every day, it would absolutely annihilate longer hair. It really, really would, especially on the finer side like mine. But I really like it and I can't recommend it enough. I've used it once before, and actually in the family, in my family home, my father uses this every now and again. I spoke about this on my channel before, as he has sometimes a very problematic scalp. He gets, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head now, but I believe it's seborrheic dermatitis, and he gets that in his scalp as well, and this works really, really well for him. He doesn't need to use it all the time, it's just when he has a flare-up, you always keep one in, and I've usually got one in for my hair care sort of journey, as to speak, so it's really, really good. But please, please, please remember, it is a treatment. This is not just a regular shampoo, so do not confuse them with that. Kind of with others, as I say, this is a treatment product which you're using as a preventative measure, if like me, for hair thinning and for as a preventative measure. If you've got a problematic scalp and you're concerned with your hair, then would be a great tool to use as well. If you're somebody who perhaps is a bit itchy, a bit uncomfortable, or perhaps that you suffer with dandruff as well, that can happen for a whole host of number of reasons. The ingredients in here and this active ingredient, so the 2% ketoconazole, is going to hopefully, fingers crossed, have the potential to really, really improve things for you. It is a great product. I absolutely wholeheartedly recommend it, just because I really feel that it's doing something. I really feel as though that it's energizing my scalp, and I can't, do you know what I mean? I haven't got black and white evidence for you. When you do your own research online, make your conclusions from that as well. Do approach it from caution, but with the other products I'm using, I really do feel that it's a strong contender to my kind of routine regime for my hair. So on that basis, I really recommend it. If you do have any questions at all or anything for me, please leave them below. As I say, cost-wise, sits around about the £6 mark for about 60ml on Amazon. I buy mine from, but it is readily available from supermarkets here in the UK. Boots, Superdrug, you can buy that, which is sort of like high street sort of toiletries for men and women, as various other things throughout those stores now. I mean, they've got so wide and widespread with products now, but you can get this quite easily. And I know that from conversations around hair loss and things with different hairdressers in the past, they've recommended this as well, something I could try. That's something what just sprung to mind too. So it's always been in the back of my mind to try, but I'd say for about the last 6 weeks, I think, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit over, I've been using this. Never more now than twice a week. As I say, first time when I started using it, I've been using it for about it was about 3 days straight off the row, and it was really making my hair quite dry, and I think my scalp a little bit agitated too. So just approach this with caution, but I feel a really great product with an added potential benefit to really throw in the mix in that fight against hair fall, hair thinning, hair loss, whoever you are. On that note, God bless, take great care, and if you do have any comments or questions at all for me, please leave them down below. And on that note, in fact, actually, just before I was saying it, would help, wouldn't it, if I showed you the little bottle here? All the information we talked about, here it is. So nice and easy, bathroom shelf, sort of toiletry bag, whatever you want to do with it. Really great product. For me, it just sits in my go-to sort of box of different products which we've reviewed from the channel. And every now and again, my sort of everyday things which I use, I take it from there. And as I say, no more than twice a week. And I'm really liking the benefit from it. So on that note, thanks very much for taking your time to watch this clip with me. And I look forward to you joining me next time. Okay, bye now.